Hi, I'm Fee and this is my renovation project. Since the day we got the keys, we've been turning this house into our forever home. I'm an interior designer, by the way. I run an interior design and renovation company with my partner Neil, and we specialise in helping first-time renovators to create their dream homes. We're all about helping you make sensible choices with your renovation so that it doesn't go over budget or hit any roadblocks along the way. Subscribe to my channel for interior design advice, stories and tips for creating a home you love. Hiya guys, today I wanted to take you through some common renovating mistakes that you can avoid if you plan correctly. These examples include mistakes that we've actually made ourselves when we were brand new renovators doing our 1930s property, and also some that we've seen others make along the way. And if you're completely new to renovating, it's pretty hard, it's stressful, complicated. There are loads of decisions and things to coordinate, and if you're like us, you might even be living in the property as well when things are happening. So without further ado, here are 3 renovation mistakes that you should avoid. Number 1, communication breakdowns. If you've never worked on complex projects before, then you won't know how easy communication errors can actually happen. Even if you pride yourself on great communication skills in the work that you do day to day, it really can happen to the best of us. When you have multiple people to communicate with, so builders, trades, planning officers, architects, all with very varying degrees of communication styles and many different decisions that you want to make those people aware of, things can go very wrong very quickly. And one mistake that comes to mind for us when we were renovating our house was rendering the wrong area. Our house has this beautiful red brick, typical of the 1930s era, and we really wanted to make it a feature of the interior behind our yet-to-be-installed wood burner. And when it came to plaster the whole living room, we gave our plasterer what we thought was very clear instructions to not plaster the wall at the back of the fireplace opening, only to come home after he'd finished and realise that this beautiful red brick, which we had painstakingly scraped back and washed repeatedly to remove all the soot damage, had been completely rendered over. I mean, it was a small mistake and we worked with it, but it really taught us early on the importance of making sure that spelling out requirements and asking a lot of questions if you're unsure, as well as checking in very regularly to your contractors, is so important to get them really understanding what it is that you want and develop that clear picture for them. You can never give them too much information if it will avoid a problem later. It's better to be that little bit pedantic than to provide too little communication because you don't want to seem like a control freak. So one thing we adopted from there, and something we instill in all of our students when they take our courses, is to develop techniques to documenting your decisions really clearly in a way that everyone that you invite into the project will actually understand. Get that upfront agreement from them as well so that they can confirm that everything's clear, so that any mistakes that are made aren't actually charged to you as a client. Number 2, making blunders that are expensive to correct. There is no such thing as overplanning for a renovation. I can't repeat that sentence enough. You're spending the most money on the biggest, most complex and most life-changing project of your life. So you want to manage your renovation well, prevent cost spiralling, hire the right trades and get your dream home. But one serious problem you have to avoid is leaving your planning and preparation too late. Renovators can easily fall into the trap of not thinking far enough in advance and preempting issues and decisions, which is hard to do when you've never done a project like this before and you don't know what to expect. The main reason that our online courses exist is because we understood far too late that developing a holistic whole house plan prior to any work beginning is the best way to ensure that you have a strong overall vision for your future home. We've made mistakes too, like in our living room, the first room that we ever renovated. In the old days, internal doors would often open into the room rather than towards the wall, presumably to retain privacy. But nowadays it creates a feeling of reduced flow through the house and it can take up unnecessary space in a room. So we decided last minute to change the swing of the door, and the catch was that we also had to change the location of the light switch, otherwise it would have been hidden behind the door. And since our plastering had already been done, our lovely brand new plaster had to be chased out, aka drilled into, and then completely skimmed over. Unfortunately, we can still see the repair job to this day, and I won't lie, it gets on our nerves big time. Changing your mind will happen during a renovation, but planning ahead and not rushing into work, that's how you can avoid additional costs and a substandard finish. So remember, plan detailed layouts early on so that you're not forgetting design decisions like which way the doors swing, the placement of electrics, to prevent this sort of thing from happening to you. Number 3, getting an architect involved before you know what you want. So here's a quick question for you. Do you really know what you want for the layout of your home? I mean, really, do you know it? The reason I ask is because nowadays it's all too easy for you to see an extension on Instagram that you like and just sort of assume that that's exactly what you need too. And the next thing you know, you get as far as instructing an architect, and before you know it, you are staring at an eye-watering architect's bill and a builder's quote that threatens to suck up your entire budget before you finish the rest of the project, with a feeling in your gut like, is this what I want? Is there a better solution? Can I do this more affordably? And guess what? That's exactly what happened to us before we pulled the parachute ripcord and landed on a more affordable and achievable design within our budget at the time. Unfortunately, we wasted quite a bit of money on architect's fees before we realised this. And really, this whole scenario symbolises why we do what we do. We encourage you to take a deep breath, slow down a little, because like they say, it's a marathon, not a race. Take things step by step in a really calm and clear way with guidance throughout the process, and ask the right questions at the right time so that you can have peace of mind that you have given it exactly the right time to think about every single element. Also remember that no one's going to know you better than you know yourself, so make sure that you get super clear on what you want from your dream home. What are you happy spending and how is it that you want to live? Otherwise your architect will decide that for you. Okay, I hope I've opened your eyes just a little bit in this short video. Renovating for the first time really is all about realising that you're on a long journey and it all starts with you. By building on your knowledge, exploring what your dream home looks and feels like, you're going to ensure that mistakes and regrets won't happen and your future self will thank you for it. If you're keen to start developing your planning mindset, then be sure to sign up to our free taster lessons, which I'll leave a link in the description box to. And please like and subscribe to the channel for more renovation advice. We hope to see you in one of our future course enrolments. Thank you so much for watching.